Hi students, welcome to lesson Functional Theory of Stratification by Davis Moore. Let us start with the introduction. Social stratification refers to unequal relations between individual and groups in a society. All the members of the society are a part of this arrangement of unequal social relations. Those who have occupied lower position in this order of relations have often resented their underprivileged status, whereas those who have enjoyed a privileged status have been averse to concede any change in the existing system. Social structures are not constant. They change and reconstitute themselves. They undergo transformation with the activity of their members. They are subject to changes through scores of ways, but more specifically through political action. Social agents or actors may understand their position and role in social structures differently. The objectives of the lesson are to know the importance of social stratification, to learn the functional understanding of social stratification of Kingsley Davis and Moore. What is functional approach to stratification or the functionalist inclination? The most important representatives of this trend are Emile Durkheim, A.R. Radcliffe Brown and Talcott Parsons. They see social structures as external to individual actors. These structures vary from one society to the other and largely explain the similarity and differences between one society and another. The behavior of individuals in social life is to be explained with them in view. They emphasize careful scrutiny of social facts and identifying the patterns of interaction holding them together. They see in society a normative order that assigns duties and responsibilities and prevents deviant behavior and ensures value consensus. The basic concepts. Societies are complex systems of interrelated interdependent parts, and each part of a society significantly influences the others. Each part of a society exists because it has a vital function to perform in maintaining the existence or stability of society as a whole. The existence of any part of the society is therefore explained when its function for the whole is identified. In other words, the function of anything which is assumed to be the beneficial function explains why a structure exists. The tendency of society is toward stability, harmony or equilibrium, in other words toward the balance. Society is seen as a self-regulating system and all of the constituent elements of a society must contribute to maintaining this state of harmony. Overall, the assumption of functionalism is that all structures contribute to the maintenance of the system and the existence of any given structure is explained by means of its consequences, which must by definition be beneficial to the maintenance of stable order. Why there is the necessity of stratification? To answer this, every society requires individuals who can be placed and motivated for specific tasks. There are social positions and duties attached to them, and the individual members in a society are assigned work in a specific position based on their eligibility and ability. People are motivated at two levels: the need to fill certain positions, the need to perform the duties attached to certain positions. This is true of all systems, whether they are relatively static or somewhat dynamic. This goes on as a process. This is prevalent in both competitive and non-competitive systems, whereas the motivation may vary depending upon the nature of the system. The logic of stratification. Since positions are not the same, therefore, some positions require special training and some are functionally more important than the others. Duties attached to given positions must be performed with the diligence required for those. On the basis of such a functionalist logic, a society thus has some kinds of rewards as inducements, and these rewards are distributed based on one's social position. Therefore, a social order is created which constitutes of rewards and distribution pattern, followed by the foundation of stratification system in the society. Social inequality also emerges at this stage. Social inequality is thus consciously unconsciously evolved, which is clear from the explanation that the most qualified persons occupy the highest position in the social ladder, and in every society, whether it is complex or simple, every individual is differentiated on the basis of her or his self-esteem and prestige. So, a society is characterized by inequality, and the intensity and type of such inequality vary from society to society. Social stratification has beneficial consequences for the operation of a society. The greater the importance of a position, the more rewards a society attaches to it. In an egalitarian society which offers little incentives for people to try their best, but the only way an egalitarian society could exist is if people are willing to allow anyone to perform any job. Now, let us have a look into what Davis-Moore's theory is. The functional theory of social stratification formulated by Kingsley Davis and Wilbert E. Moore highlights the inevitability of social stratification, need for differential intent and ability for different functions, differential evaluation of different social positions and duties. Also, the reward on the basis of differential value attached with different functions. Values and rewards constituting the social differential and stratification. Social stratification exists in all societies, and every society has its hierarchy in which the different individuals are placed according to Davis and Moore. Unequal social and economic rewards were an unconsciously evolved device by which societies ensured that talented individuals were supplied with the motivation to undertake training, which would guarantee that important social roles were properly fulfilled. In this way, the most important functions would be performed by the more talented persons, and the greatest rewards go to those positions which require training and were more important for maintenance of the social system. According to Davis and Moore's argument is based on the functionalist premise that social order rests on the consensual values which define the collective goals that are in the general interest. In order to encourage those who are best able to realize these goals, it is necessary to offer unequal rewards. Kingsley Davis and Wilbert Moore have further developed the functionalist theory of stratification. Both are eminent American sociologists and they were students of Talcott Parsons. They elaborated their view in an article titled "Some Principles of Stratification." This article became very popular and controversial. Their views have been supported by functionalists and have been severely criticized by others. Their views are also referred as the functionalist theory of inequality. Davies and Moore explain how stratification becomes effective in any society. One, that is, the main problem they pose is why certain positions carry different degrees of prestige and how do individuals get into these positions. The basis of the existence of societies is order and stability. All societies have their own functional prerequisites which help them survive and operate effectively. Societies are not mere collection of individuals, but these individuals have to perform specific tasks so that the requirement of society are fulfilled. There are thus a number of activities that exist in societies. A society needs workers, industrialists, managers, policemen, teachers, students, artisans and so on. Different individuals who have specialized skills do these different types of work. Therefore, the first functional prerequisite of any society is of allocating these different roles effectively. This will ensure that the right people are placed in proper positions. There are four aspects of the above mentioned functional prerequisites. 1. All roles in a society must be filled. All societies have different types of occupations. These occupations are necessary for their existence. Hence, it is necessary to ensure that these occupations are filled. At the same time, mere filled up occupations is not enough. If the wrong people, that is people who do not have the requisite skills, are selected for the task, there will be instability in society. This is true if these positions are important. For example, if a power generation company employs a writer who has no idea of power generation, the work of the company will suffer and there will be instability, but not only in the company but also in the supply of electricity. Therefore, the second factor is that the most competent people must be filling the positions. The third point says that in order the best people are selected for the job, it is necessary to train them for it. Training therefore is an effective means of ensuring that the best people are selected, and in the case of that writer who is the need of a power generation company, had he undergone training for the fulfilling of the needs of that position, he could be regarded as the best person. The fourth point says that the roles must be performed consciously. This is very important for ensuring effective performance in the roles. As a person is trained and is the best in the field, but if he does not do his work with dedication, the system will suffer. Hence, all these four factors are necessary in order. Now, Davies and Moore state that all societies need some mechanism for ensuring that the best people are selected for the positions and they perform well. According to them, the most effective means of ensuring this is social stratification. This system is effective because it offers unequal rewards and privileges to the different positions in society. If all people are given the same rewards, then there will be no motivation for people to work harder. There may also be a tendency for people to avoid taking up positions of responsibility or challenging the jobs. They know that no matter how well they perform and no matter what position they occupy, they will get the same rewards. Therefore, stratification is necessary for the efficient functioning of the system. The main contributions of a system of unequal rewards are twofold. 1. It motivates people to fill certain positions. When positions carry higher rewards, people put in greater efforts and become qualified for positions. For example, if the position of a doctor carries higher rewards than other professions, the bright students will strive to fulfill the qualifications for becoming doctor. In this way, society will get better doctors. The second one is that the rewards must be unequal even after fulfilling the position, so that the persons who are appointed are motivated to improve their performance further. If doctors are rewarded for their work and activities through promotions and increased salaries, they will perform their duties better as they would like the higher rewards. In this manner, the system of stratification based on unequal rewards is beneficial for societies. Davis and Moore explained that this system of stratification holds true for both modern societies based on competition and for the traditional societies that are based on ascription. In modern societies, people occupy positions according to their skills and qualifications. Those are better qualified get better rewards, and they occupy positions of prestige in traditional societies, and positions are ascribed through birth. In traditional caste oriented Indian society, people occupied their positions not due to their competence but through the status they had by birth. The son of a labourer would become a labourer even if he had the intelligence to do other type of superior work. Similarly, the son of a landlord would become a landlord even if he were totally incompetent for the job. In such a system, the provision of unequal rewards would have no effect in improving the efficiency of the system. However, Davis and Moore argue that in such societies, the stress is on performance of duties attached to the positions. Thus, even though the son of a labourer will remain a labourer, if he performs his duties well, he will be rewarded. The basic proposition of Davis and Moore lies in the fact that the role of a social stratification as a functional necessity of societies. In modern societies, the basis of status is through achievement and not ascription. In other words, the status of a person is determined by his or her merits and not by birth. Such societies are more dynamic and can fulfill their functional prerequisites. In order to achieve this, Davis and Moore note that there are some propositions that are common for all these societies. They are: in every society, certain positions are functionally more important than the others. These positions carry greater rewards and higher prestige. A position in the Indian administrative service is considered having more prestige than other jobs. Then the second one, only limited people have the necessary merits or talents to perform these roles. So, we can see that in the case of an IAS examinations, several thousands appears for the exams, but only a handful are successful. The third point says that in most of the case, these positions require a lengthy and intensive training period. This involves sacrifices on the part of the people who acquire these posts. In our own society, we can see that certain professions such as medicine, engineering, chartered accountancy, etc., involve intensive and expensive training involving a number of years. According to Davis and Moore, this involves sacrifice on the part of the candidate. Hence, they must be rewarded for their sacrifice through higher financial rewards and greater prestige in society. The above propositions are based on the fact that in modern societies, which is based on the achieved values, have replaced ascribed values criteria. In these societies, a person's merit is more important than his or her birth. The occupations are arranged hierarchically, and those at the top have greater rewards and prestige than those below. This system of higher rewards, along with the fact that all can compete for these rewards and only those who are competent will get them, provides motivation to people to strive to perform better. However, the most important condition for such a system is survive is that there is social consensus on the importance of different occupations. This means that the ranking of occupations in terms of their superiority is based on the value consensus of that society. It may be argued that an engineer in a factory is no different than a skilled worker. Hence, the higher reward for the engineer is not justified. Davies and Moore would argue that the engineer is functionally more important because he has the skills of a skilled worker in addition to this other skills which the skilled worker does not possess. Hence, though an engineer can be skilled worker, a skilled worker cannot become an engineer. The second measure is the degree to which other positions are dependent on the question. Thus, an engineer in a factory is more important than the workers are because they are dependent on his for direction in their work. Thus, social stratification is a consequence of inevitability of differentiation of roles and approaches, and social stratification provides the duties. Further, different duties and roles carry differential power and prestige, and the differentiation of roles and duties is inevitable for the survival of human society. Hence, stratification becomes inevitable in social life. Now, let us sum up the lesson. Social stratification refers to unequal relations between individuals and groups in a society. All the members of the society are a part of this arrangement of unequal social relations. Societies are complex systems of interrelated and interdependent parts, and each part of a society significantly influences the others. Each part of a society exists because it has a vital function to perform in maintaining the existence or stability of a society as a whole. The existence of any part of a society is therefore explained when its function for the whole is identified. Since positions are not the same, therefore, some positions require special training and some are functionally more important than the others. Duties attached to given positions must be performed with the diligence required for those. On the basis of such a functionalist logic, a society thus has some kinds of rewards as inducements, and these rewards are distributed based on one's social position.